Hey everybody, so thank you for joining us again. And for those of you who don't know us, I'm Tinesha
and I'm Andre,
my son, and we are here to go over Andre's budget and general financial plan for his life. Okay, this is our 7th budget meeting. We do these meetings bi-weekly on Andre's payday. So today is Wednesday and Andre got paid today. And so we sit down and we go over the plan for his money. We're gonna let him yawn. Are there any new changes in your life? How about that?
No.
Andre, yes there is. This way he starts confessing because he don't even know. Go ahead. Yes, there is. Let me tell you what changed.
What?
Dude, it was your birthday.
Oh.
How about that?
I guess.
Andre is now 25. He is now a grown man.
Technically.
Not on my watch, no. So yeah, it was your birthday, bruh. What did we do for his birthday? I'm gonna tell y'all what we did. Absolutely nothing. Why? Because Andre is in debt. We don't reward debt. But my mentality about it was this. I said, I did not want to spend money towards something for Andre when he needed money for other things, right? And that's what we do when we have debt, when we have bills. You can't go party like a rock star when you have priorities. So I gave him a priority. What did I give you for your birthday?
$200.
And what did you try to do?
What did I try to do?
You tried to keep 100.
I think, did I?
You did. You was probably joking though.
Yeah,
because you already know how, exactly. You already know how I roll. So Andre has a car that needs to get fixed. Those of you guys who've been following our journey already know this. So I gave him $200 more to apply to that car. And guess what that means? Right now in his Fix His Car fund, he actually has. Comment below. We're going to give y'all a second. Comment below for how much you think he has. And we're going to come back at the end of the video and talk about that. Okay? All right. So let me ask you this. What bills do you have this paycheck? We have your rent. And then your car payment. Now for your credit card, I have you putting down $100 to your credit card. Because Andre is working on his debt to income ratio, so he wants to bring that balance down. Because he wants his credit to go up. So in order to do that, we have to, you know, the thing is with guys,
credit, man.
It's not even debt to income ratio actually. You know what it is? When you have credit cards, it's frowned upon if you run your credit card to the max, or even if you keep your credit card within 70 or 80% limit of its balance. The idea is to keep your credit card around the 20% mark and to show that you can manage that and pay that off. Usually anything higher than that, 50% and up, can decrease your credit score because it shows that you should have a high limit and you possibly need more money, that you're running on E. And so that's what happens with that. And then this leaves your spending money. This is what you have. Out of this spending money, you don't need to go willy-nilly spending it. All right, so his grandfather sent him birthday money. So do you want to tell them how much your grandfather sent you?
Oh, yeah. It was like 1,000. Was that the... $1,000, like $500, $1,500.
Yeah, so all Andre's problems are solved.
Magically.
What's your opinion of what you should do with that money? And again, I had no idea his grandfather was going to send that much money. And I'm like, you know, I talk about you need to save, you need to do this, you need to do this. And then money falls from the sky. But sometimes it happens like that.
Nah, it happens a lot. It really does. And it's going to be more money next month. But stay tuned. I'll get into it later.
All right. So what's your idea for that money?
Ain't most of it going to savings?
Yes.
Man. Yeah.
Look at him go through the changes, guys. Go ahead. Go through the changes. Show them.
No.
Show them.
I mean, because it's like... It's like... It's good to have an emergency fund because just in case.
His mind is so not ready, y'all. His mind is not ready. A spender's gotta spend. What are you thinking? What's your plan for the money?
I don't have a plan, to be honest.
So what was you gonna say? You say it's good to have an emergency fund just in case, but what?
But what?
I don't know. It just felt like you was going through a mental struggle, like you was going through a battle, an internal battle.
Nah, because yo, I don't know what it is. I think she does magic. Like things just happen. She'd be like, "Oh, you better save money just in case of this," and then she goes downstairs and she meditates and she does chants and stuff, and then that very thing happens.
All right, so you see, Andre likes to blame people. He's a blamer.
I gotta protect
So now
myself.
you see he's trying to blame me for whatever may happen. But life is life, right?
But she'd be like,
you need to get it together.
She'd be like, oh, this will
Andre,
happen.
because that's life.
And then it happens. Like,
that's life.
Like 2 seconds after.
Y'all know what Murphy's Law is,
that's crazy.
Right? What's Murphy's Law?
She Murphy Law.
Andre, what's Murphy's Law?
Nah, bruh.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That's Murphy's Law.
We're about to break that. So.
And so...
We're about to break that.
And so, yes, you can break it. Energetically, you really can. Because look at how wonderful my life is.
Because if
everything that can go right goes right in my life.
If you set that, if you live life according to Murphy's Law, bro, then you're going to be living life according to Murphy's Law.
Not true. Because guess what? You can put some insurance against Murphy's Law. That's what an emergency fund's for. That's what saving is for. Because guess what? When something happens, it's energy. What happens with energy is this. When something happens in your life, when something bad happens or tragic or just something you wasn't prepared for, let's say a furnace goes out, right? Like we was talking about my furnace. When that happens, for the average person, it can set a spiral of emotions that are not necessarily positive, like, oh man, it's always something. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. Where am I going to get this money from? It can stress people out.
Yeah, that's true.
When the energy of that stress takes place in your life, it can get a ball rolling. So next thing you know, something else happens and something else happens and something else happens.
And then you have a mental breakdown.
That stress is a silent killer, right? But when you have an emergency fund, it actually safeguards you from stress, because now it ain't nothing but a money issue. If you got the money, it's not even an issue.
You know,
and that's what I said about you and your doctor bill.
It's good because from an energetic perspective, if you are reinsured by the fact that you have money just in case something bad does happen, that lifts your vibration. It doesn't
exactly.
It keeps your vibration kind of neutral, and even like most of the time, depending on other factors, positive. It can aid you.
Yeah. And so like let's take the furnace for example. So what I do and what I always do when situations aren't as ideal, I do what I call and what teachers call a list of positive aspects. You guys actually witnessed that list, though you may not have noticed it. When I did my budget wins and budget fails, what did I say? Wow, it was only $171 to have that furnace fixed. Wow, I was able to call the HVAC person and actually have them come in the very next day. Wow, I did not need to buy a whole new furnace. There was just so many good things about that. And when I start thinking about it, again, my vibration increases and it pads me against the tragedies of life. And that's what I'm saying for you. It's like, it's not so much, you have to stop blaming. When you blame people, you put out an energy of being a victim. And guess what? Victimizers will always find you. You will always line up. You will always be in vibration with something that will keep you a victim. Take your power back. Even if it's just you telling yourself a story. Who cares? Take your power back. Change the story right here, right now. What is something that has happened in your life that you would consider Murphy's Law? Something that has happened in your life that had you feeling sad, mad, depressed. And how can we change that story? How can we actually praise the situation, okay? Because we all have situations, but guess what? It's going to take a special, special, special person to praise that situation regardless of what it is, all right?
There's like also, I noticed that there's two different type of like, how to say, issues or like, you know, problems that surface in a person's life. And one is kind of like uncontrollable, where it's like the universe is kind of teaching you. There's a lot of lessons that you can learn from it. I mean, you can learn lessons from any problem, but then there's the other one where it's like you can prevent it. Even though there's a chockload of lessons that it's unnecessary. There's unnecessary cycles that you don't have to get into,
because it doesn't have to be hard. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. We choose struggle, and sometimes we choose struggle because we think that struggle makes us stronger. The greater the struggle, the greater the reward. Nah, baby. The greater the reward, the greater the reward. The better it gets, the better it gets.
Well, the concept of like having to go through struggle, like a lot of millionaires, a lot of people who are successful, and they came from a struggle type of environment. There's things that they learn in that grit and grime, and that's what the things that they learned during that time of their grit and grime is what helped them be successful. Because it's like when you put yourself under pressure, you kind of have to figure out, you got to use your mind more. So it's a misconception. It's true when they say, you know, the greater the struggle. That's if the people who make it out. It's only true for the people who make it out of it. Because
you don't have to put yourself in that situation. Like when you said, when you put yourself in that struggle. And I do believe that some people choose struggle, and you don't have to choose struggle. Life is life. Life is going to happen. And there's going to be some things that happen in life that's going to be a struggle enough. You don't have to go out looking for it. You don't. There's going to be some things that's outside of your control.
You don't have to.
Andre likes to. And y'all know he likes to. Why? Because Andre has had a car that he makes car payments on that has been broke for I don't know how long, for no good reason. Because when he first got the quote of how much it was going to cost to get it fixed, it was only $500. He makes $500 time and time and time again throughout the month. But y'all,
for personal reasons,
you be spending it on food. It ain't. He is a spender. That's why we're sitting here trying to help him retrain his brain to not feel like he has to spend as soon as a penny gets in his pocket. So the great thing about this, Andre, we don't know exactly how much the car is going to cost to get fixed, but I'm pretty confident that it will fall within that one. Oh, y'all want to know how much? Y'all put y'all comments in below. He has $1,050 in his car emergency fund.
You should do a giveaway.
With what? See how you trying to spend my money? See, just like that. He's trying to spend my money. Listen, so he has $1,050 in his car fund to get that car fixed. He has more than enough money, I feel, to get that car fixed. If it costs more than that, I can't even imagine it happening. He does have to have it towed, and then have a diagnostic and get it fixed. So that's what he has. And then we also know he has around $1,500 in his emergency savings fund. So he is fully funded. Now, what we can talk about and what I want you to think about for next time is that credit card. Because we know you owe somewhere between $700 and $800 on a credit card. So we need to think about that. Because if we were doing Dave Ramsey's plan for Andre, which we're not, I do Dave Ramsey's plan mostly, but for him, we're just kind of getting him on. What's Dave Ramsey's plan? In his plan, you will have $1,000 in your emergency fund, and then after the $1,000, everything else will go towards your debt.
Oh, okay.
So in his plan, out of that money, you would put $500 on that credit card.
Oh, okay.
And then keep like $1,000 in your emergency fund, and you'll work aggressively to pay the credit card off. So I want you to think about that. You want to do that?
Yeah.
He wants to do that. You sure?
Who's this Dan Ramsey? I must meet him.
This is Dave Ramsey. He's a financial guy who gives like a lot of financial advice.
Yeah, yo, I want to get myself out of that like 80% thing, yo. Like, ASAP, bro.
Then here we go. High five.
My credit, nah, bro. You don't understand. Man, nobody taught anybody in high school how important credit was. Not even in the program I went to. I mean, we learned about credit. We learned about all that stuff and how to apply for, how to build credit.
Oh, so they taught y'all how
to
taught y'all how to apply for credit cards?
Yeah. They had a Wells Fargo banker, and I already, listen, bro, I was already hip.
So they had a Wells Fargo banker to open up credit cards?
Not to open up credit cards, but a speaker to kind of, he wasn't really advocating like, here's your credit cards, but we went through the process of how to build credit, which was originally how I got the idea to get the credit card anyway. To build credit.
And then that kind of backfired.
And it backfired. It's Steve Peter. It's my white name. I want white people credit. But
so that is all we have for y'all. But y'all, so until next time.
It's been great.
It's been real. So don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're so inclined. And leave a comment if any of our conversation is useful to you.
Hashtag Steve Peter.
Bye, guys.